you're thinking about moving to Austin, Texas, this video is for you. There are a few things that you need to know so that you won't be disappointed when you move here. Austin's a great city and all, and I rave about it in many other videos, but today I'm going to tell you the things that I hear complained about the most and that I happen to agree with. What is not so hot about Austin? Let's get started right now. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper. My team and I get calls and emails from people just like you needing help moving to Austin, Texas, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move today, tomorrow, or somewhere in between, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We're always available to help you find the home that matches your lifestyle. Now, not so hot. What's kind of a drag in Austin? Well, first of all, the cost of living. It's pretty expensive to buy a home in Austin, Texas. Median sale price right now is around $500,000. Now that fluctuates. I'm just taking the current month's median sale price. But let's compare that to the state of Texas that's $335,000 at the moment. Now we can compare it to the other large cities in Texas. Now keep in mind, Austin is still the smallest large city. We're smaller than Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, but we're the most expensive. So our median home value or home price is around $500,000. Dallas is around $335,000. Houston is around $305,000, and San Antonio is around $273,000 for median home prices. So that can kind of put things in perspective for you. Now, the median household income in Austin is around $86,000 a year. So monthly, that puts it around $7,210 a month. Now let's just use an example for the math part of it, and say you're going to buy a home that's $500,000. You're going to put 20% down, and the interest rate, let's call it 6.5%. So that's $100,000 down payment and then $400,000 for the loan. So what does that monthly cost look like? With taxes and insurance included with the mortgage, that's around $3,700 a month. So when you subtract $3,700 from $7,200, that does not leave a lot of room for play money. And by the way, that $7,200 I'm talking about monthly income, that's the gross amount. That's before taxes are removed. So you can see that Austin is a pretty expensive city compared to the amount of wages that people normally garner in Austin. But hey, there are workarounds. You can get some condos for cheaper. You can move out farther. We can figure it out. Now, the other parts of Austin that are a little bit expensive and pricey, the restaurants. We're very proud of our food here. But let me tell you, it is actually really good food. So, you know, it's kind of become a chef's destination to open a restaurant here in Austin. So you can expect some places to have that $18 cocktail, the $17 glass of wine, you know, and the list goes on for the pricey food and things. But there are also alternatives you can do for lower prices. So don't be scared off by the price of food. Just know that overall it's a bit high on the cost of living. All right, so you know that it can be kind of pricey. What else is bad about Austin, Texas? Let me tell you, it's the traffic. We do not have enough infrastructure to support the population that we currently have. So our roads are too small, and the lack of public transportation shows up every day. So about 20 years ago, or maybe even more now, the city council and the powers that be of Austin at that time thought, if we don't build it, they won't come. Well, we didn't build it and they came. So what that means is we didn't continue to expand the roadways and build the infrastructure for public transportation, and people kept flocking to Austin because it's a cool city. It's got a fun vibe, and we've got lots of universities here, so when people get done with their degree, half the time they want to stick around because it's a fun city. So all that combined together, traffic is a bear. So traffic starts, I don't know, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. on Friday and goes until the nighttime. In the weekdays, like, you really want to position your home that is not too far from any place you have to commute on a regular basis. Going north and south, we really only have two main ways to do it. We have I-35 and Mopac, Loop 1 Expressway, and they're constantly packed. Now, we've added a toll out to the east, and that's pretty nice. It's not ever as busy, but you do have to pay to use it, and it's kind of a roundabout way to getting somewhere. They did add a toll lane on the Mopac Expressway, but when it's rush hour, that's packed too. And you can go out to 360 on the west side. That's a loop around town, but that has stoplights all the way down it. So if you need to traverse the city north and south, it is a challenge at rush hour. At east and west, we don't even have any big roads that go east and west. They're all city streets that go east and west. So it can be quite interesting trying to get from the northwest corner of town to the southeast corner of town at rush hour. In fact, I just say avoid it altogether if you can. All right, let's talk about our public transportation. It's not great. We have buses, the Capital Metro bus system, but there aren't like special areas for the buses to stop. They just stop on the side of the road and cause backups and traffic and things. So it's kind of an interesting system we have. We do have some speed buses. I forget what they call them, like ultra get you downtown quick ones. But again, you need to be kind of on the straight line with them, either going straight north and south or straight east and west. If you have to traverse the town like in an X pattern, it takes a lot longer because you have to change buses and things like that. So we do have a bus system. It does work great, but it can be a little bit time consuming if you're going crisscrossing town. Let's talk about our train. Yes, our train. We only have one. It goes from Cedar Park to downtown and back. That's it. So if you're living northwest of Austin, it's a great way to get into town. But once you get into town, there's no help with other train systems or a subway system. We don't have it. It won't get you anywhere else. We've been contemplating adding this for years and years and years. It gets voted down every time because it's not an entirely great system. So until they come up with the best plan, it just stays stuck in preliminary hearings and preliminary phases. We are moving forward with some type of train track. Hopefully we'll connect the airport, but it keeps changing every time it gets voted on. So the moral of the story is we're way behind on public transportation and we need more yesterday. All right, next, you need to know about the weather and the allergies. Let's start with the weather. Well, it gets really hot in the summer, and I mean really hot. So from June to September, June through September, you basically need to be either in the air conditioner or in the water, or both. We can have 100-degree days, over 100-degree days, and multiple days in a row. This last summer was particularly hot and dry. We had over 30 days of 100-degree temperature in a row, and we had very little rain to speak of. And that negatively affected Lake Travis, where it was only about 40% full of water. Still super low as we speak because we haven't caught up with our rain for this year or the year before. What happens in winter? Well, everything. And it can all happen in one day sometimes. So winter, we can stay in shorts all the way through the end of the year. Sometimes we need a parka and a beanie cap, and it just changes. We get those big Arctic blasts from Canada, and they blow through, and then it gets back to kind of what we would say is normal. It's February right now. It's 70 degrees outside. Last weekend I played golf, so the good thing is you can play golf all year round, but the bad thing is sometimes it will ice and snow and we don't have any equipment to take care of it at all whatsoever. A couple of years ago we had Snowmageddon, you may have heard of it. It iced and snowed and stayed below freezing for over a week, and our energy grid shut down. We have our own energy grid here in Texas called ERCOT, and it didn't even have enough power to keep all of us heated and warmed. So people were struggling, rescuing people all across the city. I had to go rescue my mom down in Onion Creek because she didn't have any power or water for over a week. So you just never know what you're going to get in the winter in Texas on a daily basis, but overall it's not severe. You're going to be outside more than not in the winter, more so than any other state. Maybe not California, Arizona, Florida, but it's going to be similar to all those states. You're going to be outside more often than not in the winter. Allergies. They will wreck you here in Austin. I have friends that have actually moved away because their allergies got so bad. in the spring, we have this huge pollen that comes off all the cedar trees, and it's the yellow stuff that if you've ever been around here, it falls on your cars, it turns the windshields yellow. It's just that light little film of dust. And it makes a lot of people very, very sick, sneezing, headaches, just can't get through it without taking like allergy shots and getting special help all through that season. Now, not everybody is affected by allergies, but we are a very high allergen prone city. So keep that in mind if you have a little bit of sensitivities to those kind of things. The next thing I hear a lot of native Austinites talking about that kind of rubs them the wrong way is Austin's changing, it's growing. So we have this slogan, keep Austin weird, because it's always been a funky little city and little compared to the other big cities. But we have people moving in from everywhere, all over the world, from Chile and Argentina to France and Spain. And we have a lot of people from other states moving in. For example, California, for example, New York. It's a hot place to be here in Texas, or here in Austin, and I don't mean the weather. A lot of people come here and enjoy it, so it's kind of diluting what would be that keep Austin weird culture, and so you'll hear some people complaining about it. Sometimes they might even be mean to an out-of-towner, but for the most part, everyone in Texas and Austin is super nice. So one example of kind of how Austin is changing, there's this new development going in at 6th and Blanco. It is an ultra luxury retail / living mixed use community. It's going to have the highest end stores in it, think Gucci, Prada, things like that. And then there's a Swiss architect who's known globally for his design that's actually creating the space. On top, there's going to be 10 luxury homes that are going to be in the multi-millions. That's pretty new for Austin to have kind of that luxury vibe at that level. So you can kind of see, you can get the old school kind of Austin hippie vibe, and we're changing into this more luxurious kind of global brand, if you will. So some like it, some don't. Come and check it out yourself and let me know what you think in the comments below. Lastly, what's not so cool about Austin right now is the golf. I know, I said it, the golf. We have 10 beautiful private country clubs in town. However, they're packed with membership. More than half of them you can't get in right now. So if you're thinking about moving to Austin and you want to be a member at a country club, you may start that initiation process a little bit early. For example, Barton Creek, full. Spanish Oaks, full. Austin Country Club, full. Westlake Country Club, they're on the precipice. The Hills in Flint Rock Falls, they're on the precipice. I think they have 2 or 3 memberships available at the moment. Great Hills Country Club, they have less than 10 memberships available. So while we have some beautiful golf country club communities, it's very hard to get into them right now. Austin Country Club and Barton Creek are probably 2 years out on the waiting list. Every club has a different style of how you kind of get on the waiting list and earn your membership. Barton Creek, for example, is simple chronological order. The moment you put your name on the list, you are in waiting, and it goes in chronological order no matter who you know or what you do. The only caveat is if you buy someone's home in Barton Creek that has a transferable membership, you may buy their membership with the house, but only the home buyer. That's the only way you can get a membership faster. So if you're shopping in Barton Creek, you may want to ask for those homes available with a transferable country club membership. Austin Country Club, on the other hand, that's kind of a who you know as to how quick you get in membership. It's a couple year wait on the waiting list, but it's a very mysterious list. Some people get on the waiting list and miraculously are a member in a very short time. Other people stay on that waiting list a lot longer. So if you want to know the ins and outs of that, comment down below and I'll get with you directly. Overall, great options for golf, but just know if you want to be a member at one of the more exclusive clubs, it could take a few years before your number comes up to the top. So that wraps it up on the things that people don't like about Austin, the things you need to know before you move here. Cost of living is high, traffic is terrible, the allergies can get you, the weather can get really hot. We're kind of losing our Keep Austin vibe, or Keep Austin Weird vibe. And lastly, the golf course memberships are getting kind of full. There are a ton of other reasons to move here, and we certainly love living here in Austin and helping people find their way to their perfect home that matches their lifestyle as well. So if you think this city might be a fit for you and you want to know more, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We're always available to help you make a smooth transition. Until next time, I hope to see you around town.